And this now, coming afraid. When the police ask this officer what kind of ticket he's going to give to me, the light was on red, and this officer stopped in at the road, and I want to drive him car. And me tap my car, my hand 2 times, burp, burp, and the officer pulled me over, and he's going to give me a ticket. So officer, what am I getting a ticket for? Because you stop on the red light, and me blow the horn, and ask if you're not going to drive. And you pull me over, and you take my license, and you're giving me a ticket for what, officer? What are you giving me a ticket for? Okay, okay. Easy what? I picked up me, I put this pan. Now put this pan. Yo, the man stop on the light, and the light. Him stop on the light. Alright, you're my general. The man stop on the light, I'm a general. And the light turn green. The light turn green, and I blow the officer 2 times. Yo, how would it? A Fraser. Talk to me, Fraser. Come in when they up on the Fraser. The man want to give me ticket. The man up on the light. And I blow the man 2 times, Fraser. If you ask him what happened, and the man pull me over and give me ticket, Fraser. No, Fraser, alright. Talk to Fraser, you have me brother. Talk to him for me, Fraser. Talk to him. Come here, me Fraser, we don't know that far. We don't know that far. No understand, no fear. Evening rush, I know we are taxi man and we are trying to have a food for the evening rush. Listen, the man stop. Just like we go to Wagwan. In a fear for you to give me a ticket. In a fear for you to give me a ticket. Not a fear for you to give me a ticket, bossy.
Outside tickets, so you're 47 tickets actually show up.
All of them, I go court for you. Can't check the whole of them, they just go court.
You still live by exchange?
Still live by exchange.
You're driving on the station, so now verify warrant them here. Right them about the
bossy, it's not up on your phone. It's not up on your phone. Outside the ticket, you want to go to court for. You want to go to court for. But you can't take my license. You're not supposed to take my license. You're not supposed to take my license. You're not supposed to take my license. You see police like you, man. You see police like you. The man take my license now and go with my license. The man take my license and go with my license. Eh?
Big up the whole of hot water. Hey, it even not dash water. You might talk about even pot water. Hot water. Big up that data. Big up myself, father. And I don't love and love alone.
Hot Water Massive and crew, viewers and subscribers, the regulars and the just come. How y'all doing, my people? So, Busmal Ryan here, you know a lot going on. We just go and get into it straight away. So, yes, my people, Mr. Holness visited Mr. Currie, Maroon chief, and some animosity went down, my people. Everybody wants to see that, because that, And also, again, SPRAGGA Benz showing some respect to Chief Currie, letting him know that he's the man and he's a true example of what a true leader should be. So Mr. Holness can take a page out of his book. Yeah, and Jess is in the community with the people of, it seems that I'm not sure if it's her constituency, but she's with the people, never leave the people. She's doing what every politician should do. Know that the people are in their worst time. She's outside with the people, my people. And a lady is 9, she said that I think it's 91. Yes, my people. She said that everyone die, leave her. I really want to know what she mean by that still, but she needs help. Melissa took off her roof. And yes, another young lady letting us know and letting the Prime Minister know not to bash the people that are taking pictures and making videos. And yes, one of the Maroon officials want to remind Jamaica and the indigenous people of Jamaica, the Maroons. So he just wants to remind the Maroons of their treaty that was signed for their sovereignty and that the land is a part of it, my people. You're going to hear a lot from him. But stay tuned, my people. Your boy Busmal Ryan. Thank you for tuning into Hot Water. So people, the first thing we're going to look at is this incident that took place while the Prime Minister visited the Maroon chief,
And the security, sir. Sir, the chief and the security. The chief and his security. And his security. And his security. You don't do that. I'm going to send my chief. Excuse me. Hey, look here. Excuse me. The chief is calling me. Excuse me. I'm going to send my chief. I don't know what's going on. 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 I don't know
Both of the officials are people of great importance. And same as how you, as his security, wants to be securing your prime minister, it's the same way she wants to secure her chief. She wasn't gonna pose any harm. As we hear, she stated that the chief is calling her. Now, there is a lot of ignorance in the police force. What I must say is, you know, I don't say every member of parliament, for instance, from the Jamaica. Let me name it. Mr. Warmington, I don't say Mr. Warmington walk with so much bodyguard. Because why? Mr. Warmington is loved. And I don't know if the officers, those officers, have a fear of people when it comes down to the Prime Minister due to all of the things that is going on. But I want to say to that officer who seems naive and lacked of the fact that these people, the Maroons, are the very, very rebellious set of people. And what they are doing or what they did, it can lead or it can, the outcome of it can be very much more than that. Now, if nobody else will go up against the state, I'm sure the Maroons will. And what the officer is very ignorant, and what he has just done is clear signs of ignorance, or what they have done. She's not asking to go up to go do anything to the Prime Minister, or no, she just wants to stand for the security of her chief, just as how so many of you guys are around. You guys outnumber them. Now, if she feels she wants to secure her chief as much as you guys want to support the Prime Minister, those men who are in this highly protective whatever mindset of their Prime Minister, no one means the Prime Minister any harm. Yes, so people, SPRAGGA Benz Paniens, a big up Chief Currie. You know, let us hear what SPRAGGA has to say, you know.
Respect to Chief Currie. Continue doing what you're doing because you draw them out now. Now them see what a real leader supposed to be doing. Yeah. Alright. Now them see how it's supposed to be done. I know everybody are going to want to run in to come try to take your credit. I have to try discredit you. But big up yourself, Chief Currie. You do a great job.
Smell or even feel or sense is the only sense of Africa, an African leader here in Jamaica. You know, because what? They are indigenous people. So all the way, all who know them black self have a big up Chief Currie. So I say big respect to Chief Currie every time. We can't stop saying Jamaica people need to know their history, know their roots, know where they're coming from so that they can know where they're going. You know? And if many of us did know the truth, would I know how important Chief Currie is than a white supremacist serving Prime Minister. Okay, my people, let's take a look into Jess. You know, Jess is in the community late in the night with the people as if she's going to sleep with the Hurricane Melissa affected people.
Yeah, me there. Yeah, you don't know my thing. Sorry,
yes, but you see, that when she called me, I tell me, say,
know.
Yeah, me always I say it and me I go say it again. It seems like the People's National Party member them. It seems like them live our, what I should say, 24/7. Them they are the people them yard, like them live with the people them, like them actually I got you with the people them I got you, you know, because I want to know what Jess doing in the middle of the night out there in the communities. But as I go as a leader, you can't act as if you're too better than you're better than the people, or you're less than them, but you have to be equal with them. You know, let them feel your energy as much as how you want to feel their realness towards you as a member of parliament or as a leader. Next now, people, this young lady is speaking. She addressed the Prime Minister on the fact that he's talking about taking footages and videos and pictures and whatsoever. Let's hear from her, my people.
Now I watched this video for myself now, and I want to just put in my 2 cents pertaining to what I listened to on the video. Now, this video clip was a video clip with our Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Andrew Holness. I have watched the video clip and I listened to what you're saying pertaining to care packages in giving out, distributing in Jamaica. Now, I just have a few questions and I have my opinion on it. First of all, you mentioned, I don't know if you just realize it or if you realized it before, but today is 1 month and 2 days since Hurricane Melissa struck Jamaica and leave a lot of persons homeless, hungry, hopeless in Jamaica. And everyone that roll out, the citizens of Jamaica roll out with them cameras and video these stuff are a part of the reason why so many aids come into Jamaica. If us, the citizens of the country, did not roll out our phones and start making videos, and persons are expressing how they are feeling and this and that and what happened during Hurricane Melissa, we wouldn't have gotten so much help for Jamaica. So much aids would not come into Jamaica if we were sitting down waiting on just the Prime Minister, the government of the country, the media, you know, CVM, TVJ, RJR to come and make their little clippings. It wouldn't be. Jamaica wouldn't get so viral. And the help we get for the country, we would get it. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I want to ask you respectfully, sir, is now you really see that, you really feel bad in yourself that the camera is rolling and it don't look good for Jamaica and it mash up with dignity and we're supposed to preserve with dignity? I also saw your wife rolling her cameras, giving out care packages as well. Yes? Did you miss that video? Yes, sir. I saw your wife on social media. She was giving out care packages. And you mentioned that when we are giving out care packages, you are not stopping us, the people, from giving out care packages, but we should give it out discreetly, silently, without the camera, because it doesn't look good when the people, you turn on camera, record the people, and give them a care package, and they are grabbing the bags and this, and they're running down to get a food bag and stuff like that. Hungry man is a hungry man, Mr. Prime Minister. I don't know, sir, if you have ever been hungry before. I don't know if you have ever walked the hungry street before. But when a man is hungry, a man is hungry. You understand me? And that man will go the extra mile and do whatever it takes. Jump, flick, boom, flick, spread out, dash out, just to make sure that he get that food for his family. Now, it doesn't seem like it was a problem when Hurricane Melissa struck Jamaica. Before the government reached underground to give food to the hungry, the hopeless, it was us, the citizens, and the bloggers, vloggers, social media people. It was us who rolls out our camera. It was us who rush out, step out. It was me who had my money stack up, I save up for deck my rooftop. It was me who broke out my saving pan and chop through. We got through with axe, fork, machete. I cut through right immediately after the hurricane. That time you never reached down a country yet. It was us the people. It was me who empty out my cupboard just to share with my neighbor them. It was we with the people who roll out the camera them fast. Cause guess what? People don't start dead like dog. If we never roll out the camera them and try push out wagwan. We, the people who roll out the camera, yeah, cause when we're hungry, we don't remember about no dignity when we're hungry. Cause when hungry strike on different thing. If we the people never roll out the camera and push out the camera and push it out there, so serious things are going on in Jamaica, yeah. Remember me tell you say, a whole heap more dead people than they on the ground. Dead for hunger, sir. Yes, sir. So guess what happened now? A lot of us get assistance from persons who donated towards what we are doing, including myself. Now, if I don't roll out my camera and give Master Joe, Miss Pam, and Peter Lou, and Susan the food bag, and my donors them who donated to me don't see when me roll out, say me a give Miss Pam, Master Joe, Mr. Lou. When 3 of them might be okay and know say, yeah, this is Anna. From Anna say that she go do, and that she go do. And the next 10 want seat on the camera, so me give out them stuff for them send come. Me no roll out the camera, me not serious problem. Cause you go use me take it and go sell it, or me take it and give my family and all these things. You understand? Alright, man, understand the part of what you say. You not stop we from the whatever, but you know I go give out vouchers or gift card for the persons to buy food. Remember, sir, there is a lot of small businesses in the communities them want to open. The communities them have a lot of small businesses them will mash up and can't open. I don't know when them are going to resurrect. So when some community get gift card, which part them are going to use the gift card to buy food? Plus, food is very, very expensive. And you see the part program of the Jamaica, what we now give out $13,050 for an elderly citizen for pension, $13,050 every other month for one senior citizen pension in a Jamaica, because Mr. Lester get that $13,050 every other month. If I them look at 2 pounds, so now put on gift card. He can't buy no, he can't buy $2.99 no. Because and the part program money wanna give out. I don't remember how much you give out the part program, but you know 10,000. And if I them they wanna go put on gift card and give citizen for car go buy run at the shop. That the money they wanna put panic, wanna give them as gift card. Can't go pencil out for go buy nothing when I gift card when I give shop. So might as well not give the people the care packages them. You understand me? They will pencil out and figure out them way with the care packages them. Because the little gift card on give would want $10,000 pan if every 2 weeks gonna come with $10,000 or $15,000 or so coming on and put no more than that. For every 2 weeks. That can't go do for some people family. Because everything expensive. And since hurricane, the food place them raise up the food even more. You understand me? So when you're not gonna do the gift card them, if you give the people them, please me I beg you know, fix it up properly. Because food expensive. Because some of you don't know the price of things, you know. Because you don't ask price when you go to a place. Because you know purse big. You just shop. You don't send no help to go shop. You don't look on receipt. And pencil out and so much money I spend, how much a pound for rice. You don't know it. But me I tell you expensive. Secondly, like when a care package is not going to give out by the government. What not going to do with the aid will come in for Jamaica. The aid will come in for Jamaica. The rest of food. What not going to do them. Like when not give them out. We not go come in with gift card and so. Where the food them are coming in for Jamaica. To give out as care packages, the aid. Yes, man, the aid. We not go do with them. I just ask. And hold on. When you used to fly around and drop down the food bag them from the helicopter them, it never lose and take up people dignity. When the helicopter might drive around and drop the food box here so and fly away gone and the people them rush go out. You rush go out there when the helicopter lift up. People them rush go out there, the helicopter just come down low, drop the bag, and then gone, and the people them just run, come out, and start grab things. Dignity when never take away. I just ask. I reason, you know, because some of the video them really look disgusting for true, but a hungry man is a hungry man, and a hungry man can also be a angry man. So we have to do what we have to do. I just ask.
Yeah, so she gave her 2 cents. Now I'm giving my 2 cents about what she said. You know? The internet, you know, the Prime Minister having a problem with people putting up things on the internet saying people should not video and blah blah blah. I think why that troubles him so much, you know, is not really that the fact that people look like poor thing. It's really the fact that all of that and all what people is posting is really showing him up or showing up the government. Because why? All of the videos, most of the videos, or all I should say, it contains people giving out packages and looking after the people. You don't see much video with any government. Yes, what she says was the few with copter dropping the food and people rushing to it. Yeah, that did look disgusting. That look away for true. So the Prime Minister did say he don't want that type of narrative, you know, for his people to look somewhat hungry and crazy over food. But that's exactly how it looked when the captors dropped the food and the people were rushing to get it. You know, and definitely the gift card, I wonder what analysis or what caused them or the government or him to come to a gift card conclusion, say to give the people gift card. And well, I'm going to mostly speak about the gift card, not even the sum, the amount that is on it. But for the gift card purpose, as what the lady said, because I went down there, most of these wholesale gone. So where people going to go with gift card? And you not carrying any food go to the people. And it's as if you want the people to stop carrying food, go down there and stop video and stop show. Let the people them show so them love them people and them feed them people. And Jamaica are for Jamaicans. You know? Where are people going to get food with gift card? Which supermarket? Which wholesale? All of them, those got looted and destroyed and Melissa mash up and all of that. And next thing, she asked a very important question. So since the government not giving out any care package, what is going to be done with all the aid that come in? You know, I feel like, you see all these aids and sleeping bags, I personally feel like all these things is in reserved for the JDF, for the Jamaica Defence Force. All these food and all these things, I feel like it's the JDF that gets it. A Maroon official wants to remind the people of a very important day or time in history when the treaty was signed and they got their sovereignty. He just wants to state a number of things, my people. So while he's talking, my people, I'm going to take notes of the important points. So let's get into it, my people.
Assalamu alaikum and greetings. Ambassador Anuel here from the sovereign state of Akongpong. And I bring a message directly to my Maroon brothers and sisters. And as Jamaican Maroons, not just Leeward Maroons, not just Windward Maroons, but collectively as Jamaican Maroons, it is important that we understand the great mile marker that has reached to us today, being that today is the first general election since the colonial jubilee. It is important that the Maroons understand where we're coming from, to understand what the future has in store for us. Colonial Jubilee speaks about, in the Constitution of Jamaica, 60 years of being able to claim land against the Crown. We're officially here. And whoever has control of the government going forward will be creating a republic to remove the British Crown as the head of state. Now, this is quintessential for the Maroons to be vigilant, because our birthright is intrinsically tied to the future of Jamaica. And that's because it has to do with land. Our inheritance has to do with land, surface and subsurface rights. Therefore, the sovereign integrity that the state of Jamaica is trying to protect is affected by the claims of the Maroons, because land is involved. So, in breaking this down, why the Maroons are so politically involved today, I've just answered the question. Because our inheritance, our birthright, the land rights, surface and subsurface rights can be affected without constructive dialogue between the Maroon government and the state of Jamaica. So as we can see, under the Chief Currie administration for the last 4.5 years, we have been blacklisted. There has been a blockade to conversations, constructive dialogue, and there has been no free, prior and informed consent to any decisions that are being made from the state of Jamaica in regards to claims that are being made to Maroon lands and Maroon assets. So today, being the first general election since the colonial jubilee, it's important that Maroons remember this great legacy of what we're fighting for, what our ancestors physically defended, and what we today are using the law and our conscience and moral compass to defend.
Our great legacy predated Christopher Columbus. There were thriving civilizations here. The Moorish Empire dominated the Western Hemisphere and built majestic cities and civilizations here. So this cannot be denied, because when the rocks cry out, by just looking at archaeology, looking at the Olmec heads, looking at the pyramids in the Yucatan, and the various different artifacts that have been found and unearthed, even here in Jamaica, whether they're known and unknown to the general public, it speaks to great people that lived here once prior to 1492. 1492 being a mile marker in the colonial history of the changing of the world order from the Ottoman Empire and the African empires that dominated the seven seas. We have the changing now of the history of Christopher Columbus that was funded by the various European families and bankers that changed what was happening in the Western Hemisphere and called it the New World. And under the doctrine of discovery, decided that they were going to eradicate all of the indigenous people, tear down cities, tear down societies, and rebuild their history. If we take a moment to just stop and think about what is happening in the world today, and even use the Middle East, Gaza, Palestine, as an example, it is not hard to understand that there is nothing new under the sun, and that history does indeed repeat itself. Therefore, Maroons, Jamaica, needs to be vigilant in order to understand that there are elements in humanity that would like to divide and conquer, and in their spiritual agendas and mindsets, they want to take what is not theirs. And we can see this mindset today because for the last 4.5 years, there has been no constructive dialogue, no free, prior and informed consent of any decisions being made. So therefore, we must then conclude that there are people, entities, elements that feel that the Maroons are a threat to the hegemony that they would like to create here in Jamaica, meaning the future that they would like to, the archetype of what they're trying to create, which may not be built for everyone or benefit everyone. So it is important that we understand that since 1492, the Maroons are a set of people for hundreds of years that showed the world that we were able to defend our land, starting with the Tainos, the Arawaks, blending with the Moorish bloodline, and then through periods of history, taking our other brothers, African brothers and sisters who were brought to work on the plantation, and we grew our communities. And yes, we did exert guerrilla warfare, because at that time in history, it had to be physical in order to defend life and family and land. So in 1738, after hundreds of years of war, this bloodline was recognized, our rights were recognized, and it has been since that time 287 years to today, this conversation, that we found that there is still a gap in communication as to how do the Maroons and this opposite side of the government on the island of Jamaica, how do we coexist that would mutually benefit the people? Now, in 1962, when a responsible government was created, it was accepted by the state of Jamaica at that time that they would take up the responsibility for the treaty with the Maroons. These records do exist. These diplomatic notes and cables do exist, and the Maroons have them. We have them. I have laid my eyes on them. This is why this fight, this defense of our inheritance and the birthright is so important. Now, some may say, well, not everybody was born in a Kongpong. Not everybody was born in cockpit country. How then are you Maroon? How are we Maroon? How are we part of the fight? Listen, the treaty speaks to free Negroes. So, if you are grown up as a melanated person, especially in Jamaica, with a history that we were slaves and we were emancipated from slavery, please know that they considered you Negroes at one point. So therefore, you are still of the bloodline of the Maroons, because...
Yeah, so you hear what I'm saying. So for all of the people, because you do have some people like to sieve out themselves as special because they are Maroon. You hear what? He's letting us know that they consider us all Negroes, and a Negro is considered a Maroon. So we are all Maroons.
The Maroons were nothing more than the free Negroes. So it's just a set of Negroes who had freedom. That's how the colonists looked at it, right?
Yeah, because I've always wondered, you know, if these people like are directly that are said to be Maroons are directly like Nanny's great grandchildren or something. No, he just give us a better understanding of what it means, or who is a Maroon or what is a Maroon.
Under the Maroon Treaty, Negroes had a choice whether to be free Negroes with the Maroons or to remain on the plantation. This is written in law, and according to Clause 4 of the Constitution, though there is a colonial period, these laws still exist today on the books. Please remember that the Jamaica's head of state is the British Crown. Still to this day, the King of England is still the King of Jamaica and the head of state on the books, though they want to say it's ceremonial. Hence, when the Prime Minister spoke in the debate the other night, he spoke about the completion of Jamaica's sovereignty. Hence, we understand the importance of the Republic. But Jamaica's sovereignty cannot be complete as one without the Maroons, because the land is intrinsically involved. So this is why the Maroons are so politically aligned at this time, because there's only one side of the Jamaican government. We're not talking about the Andrew Holness administration. That is one side of the government. The Constitution speaks to parties being made. So the JLP is one party and the PNP is one party. So constitutionally, if the opposition leader or anybody for that matter in a party is speaking to us favorably, to the Maroons, understanding the relationship between the law and the land with the Maroons, that is who the Maroons are going to speak to. It is very simple, because of the birthright. And as I say, and I speak to each person's conscience now, in the diaspora, in the public, regardless of the color that you have chosen, if you have been left something from your great-grandparents or your great-great-grandparents and has now been given to you, and the court announces this is yours, would you just turn a blind eye and give it up, especially if you hear gold and all of these minerals are sitting on your land? No, you wouldn't walk away from it. And a lot of us know deeply of our bloodline inheritance, right? Maroon is just a word that was given by the colonists. So we understand that very well. The Moorish bloodline runs deep in the veins. The Moors and the African bloodline is very deep. And that royal bloodline has been here for thousands of years. It may have been forgotten, but most of us here today still remember. And for those reasons, I would like to empower my Maroon brothers and sisters across Jamaica with certain knowledge that we never just come And we never just arrive, we never just born. Yeah? We're there a long time. And we're not just going to walk away from it. Alright? So, let's see who wins this election, and we'll deal with whoever is in office tomorrow. It's just another day in Maroon business. Greetings.
We have been brainwashed, as you hear he says, about Christopher Columbus, because people that are watch a pirate movie, Pirates of the Caribbean, my people, it is not just a movie, it is literally reality. They went around back in those times and captured land. Now the pirates don't have big ships anymore. The pirates have fighter jets and warships. Yes, warships, that's the big ships now. Warships and war submarines, that's what the pirates have nowadays, my people. It's not like what it looked like in the movie now. It has changed over the years, you know. And the general stated about how they had to, the Maroons got physical some years ago in order to gain recognition by the government. But let me tell you, my general, not because a treaty was signed, that still doesn't mean that the British have it in their head or in their mind to let us just go freely with land that has on gold. And they never have it in their mind, even after we sign a treaty, to let us go with this paradise. And remember, you know, Selassie asked Mussolini, because he asked Mussolini, said, what can ensure me so much that you won't try to invade my land? And Mussolini said, remember that we have signed a treaty. And Selassie said to Mussolini, but after all, isn't a treaty just a piece of paper? Words on a piece of paper? And Mussolini was stunned. And so Selassie did said, Selassie was right in his mind, because after all, a treaty was just a piece of paper, and Mussolini still came to try to overthrow Ethiopia. But Ethiopia defeated Italy, defeated Mussolini. So my people, I don't want some of these people are the Maroons sit comfortable and feel like through these things and these laws exist and documentation. That doesn't mean a thing. The British, whether they want to sign 100 paper, they still have it in their mind that they want that land. And after all, a treaty is just something written on a piece of paper. It is action that speaks louder than words and speak louder than what is on paper. So even if they sign those paper, from the very moment they sign those paper and say, here, Maroons, we're going to let you be a free set of people, they didn't. In their mind, they didn't give us freedom. They still want to hold you. They don't want you to be sovereign. You know? So, yes, and Christopher Columbus, they are all pirates, which they are teaching children in school that discover Jamaica. Christopher Columbus did never discover Jamaica, as many people already know what I'm saying here. And let me tell you this. I'm going to say this last. But I do know that Maroons know this, because Maroons are the first set of people that will actually start a rebellion in case of anything. The Rastafari community gives the warning, but the Maroons are the one that get physical at times. And remember that you can say so much to a person, but if you don't get physical, you can never make an impact. So all we are speaking and talking about laws and all that has been created. Remember, it wasn't any law they used and took over the land from us or took Africa from us. It wasn't no written agreement. It was just a mindset with a lot of ammunition and warfare weapons. So remember that they got physical with a thought in their head of what they want. So all we're preaching and saying, I want to let the Maroon community know, you just have to plant your foot and stand firm in your mindset that is sovereignty and the land is ours, and that's it. Because they forgot that law and throw that law or forget about that treaty long donkey years ago. So my people, Busmal Ryan, thank you for staying tuned and thank you for watching this one. Hot Water.
Hot Water channel, straight to the max. Bring the thing to the people then. Original generous speed. Same way. Man, big up Hot Water channel, no ice cream. Yeah man, big up yourself.